Hello guys, welcome to a new video of Python. In the previous video we talked about lists, so now we will talk about for loop and how we can iterate through a list. First, what is for loop? For loop is a control instruction which we use for two main purposes, iteration and repetition. Iteration is when we perform the same operation on different items, one item at a time. Repetition is performing same action more than once. Let's take an example on iteration. Let's say we have a list fruits equal to banana, apple, and strawberry. So in the previous video, we learned that if we want to print each item, we have to print it manually. So we have to write, in our case, 3 print statements, and each one with the index of the item. Now this can be a problem if we have like 50 items or more in the list. So to solve this problem, we can use for loop. So I will write the example, then I will explain it later on. For item in fruits, print item. First, to start a for loop, we must use the keyword for. After for, we have to declare a variable that will receive the value of each element. After that, we have to use the in keyword and our variable name followed by colon. As we talked before, the indentation are very important in Python, so make sure you have the correct indentation. In our case, we only have the print statement, so basically we are getting the full list and we are going through each element and printing it on the screen. So when we run the program, it will print each item on a separate line. Let's check it out. As you can see, we have banana, apple, strawberry, each one on a separate line. Okay, now let's take another example. So let's say I have a variable called name, and name is equal to Elio. Now we can use for loop to iterate each character. So if we write for e in name, print e, the output will be each character on a separate line. Perfect. So we got ELIO, each one on a separate line. Great. Now let's make it a bit more complex. So let's say I want to iterate the name and I want to check if it contains the character L. If it contains it, I want to stop the loop, print found. Otherwise, I want to print not found. To do that, let's start by adding a variable. Let's call it found and we'll assign the value false to it. Then, after the for loop, let's write if found colon print found else print not found. So here if found is basically equal to if found, the variable found is equal to true, then we print found, otherwise we will print not found. So one more thing before running, inside the for loop we have to add an if statement to check if the value of I is equal to L. So let's write if I equal L. We want to change the value of found to true and we want to break. So break will exit the for loop. Let's run the program and check the output. So I got E, L and found. Now let's change the L to another character, let's say H, and run again. ELIO and not found. Perfect. So now let's talk about repetition. So let's say we want to print 10 values on the screen. For that, we need to use the range function. So for I in range 10, print I. So here we are printing 10 values starting from 0. Let's run the program. As you can see, we got 0 till 9. So we got 10 values starting from 0. And that's because computer start counting from 0 and not from 1. So let's say I don't want to start from 0. I want to start from 11, for example. And I want to stop at 20 included. So we have to write 21. And every iteration will be 1. So we will go one by one. So if we run the program, you can see that we started at 11 and we ended at 20. So here we have to specify 3 things: the start value, the stop value, and the step value. So let's say we want to go 5 by 5 instead of 1. Let's check the output. We got 11 and 16 because we are iterating 5 by 5. Great. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos.